Okay, so we're gonna do the legs and we're gonna roll these and hollow them out from the center. I do think it's good to go ahead and trim the top and the bottom. It's hard to tell where the center is when it looks like this, right? And so I would cut those so then you can really see where the center is gonna be. And then I do like to use this side, but I'm gonna press this into the center of it and then twist, and as long as I continue to twist, then it's going to help me guide this through the center, as you can see right there. So then, at least for this one, this is the same thickness all the way through, where this one is tapered more like a carrot, where you have a bigger side and a smaller side. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to go ahead and press evenly. You don't want to press like out here, okay, because it's going to bow and it's going to thin the edges out more. You really want to press like close to it and then roll this like up and down. And since this is the same, then you're going to just move that up and down to make each side the same. And you can put it back on and roll some more, but you can see how that hollows it out. This can get cut at an angle, so then this could be put on your project as a leg, and that's going to keep it upright, and you can see that this is sticking underneath the pinch pot instead of like sticking out. Like if we weren't to cut this, it would look like what, the animal's skating and his legs are going out from underneath him. Okay, so you want to have it where it's upright, and so this angle does help. You can do lots of things to this before you put this on. Like if you wanted to change what this looks like and kind of pinch and give this more like design to it. If you wanted to push and like get a curve in here where you can see where this would look more like that animal's leg. Okay, this is easier to do, I think, right now. So I don't know, maybe this would be like an elephant's like short leg. You could stamp or add pieces. So like if you wanted like toenails on there, or I would have to pull up a picture of what this looked like, because this is just an image that's in my head as opposed to like what real life would be. So you could go ahead and, you know, put things on. Ooh, that one's too big. Like that. And just like always, anything that's, even if it's small, needs to be scored and slipped on. But you can see how that's going to kind of change what that looks like. And it's going to morph that from like just a cylinder into something that has more design and more detail, okay, than just this piece. Okay, so I would look at those legs. Lots of legs are going to move and go different directions, so I would check that. Make sure your eyes are up here. You're not getting any help if they're just at the table. I'm going to go ahead and do the one that is smaller on one end, and so this still works the same way, where I'm going to thread this through and spin. Okay, and I'm not perfect, but that's good enough. It still has some on the edge, and so now since this is bigger on one side and smaller on the other, I'm going to move this side more, okay, because I have more clay there, so I can roll that part more. I'm going to roll this in an arc, so I'm going to make sure I have enough room, but I'm going to move this side up more and then back so I can thin this out and get something that is bigger on this side and smaller on this side. Okay, so this is helpful. It's really hard to turn something that's like wide all the way through into something that's skinny down here. Okay, so again, we would cut at an angle. Okay, you would change this and add the design. I wouldn't put the legs on until you have all four of them ready. right? And then you would be able to see what they look like and where you want them to go. So I kind of like drew some circles here on where these would be. Sometimes it happens to where people make all of the same leg. Okay, they make like 4 left legs and you've got to make sure that you've got these cut in different positions because one is going to angle one way, one is going to angle the opposite way. Okay, so you really want to think about that. And then these would get scored and slipped on. So you would score this side, you would score this side. Okay, put some slip on these, press these on, and then you need a reinforcing coil that's going to go around the outside. And this is just a little one, just like this, that you would score and slip and wrap around this to kind of help taper this into your animal. So then this part would get blended up and then blended down. Okay, and then the thing about this is we can't directly flip these over and sit them on top of their legs once their legs are on. We want to keep them upside down in the bag for a day. Okay, so that's probably where we're at today is some people are going to be making these and getting these scored and slipped on, but they could run into problems if they flip them over and let them sit in the bag because the legs aren't as strong. They haven't set up as much as the rest of the clay. And so you could come back and think that someone smushed your project, but it's just the weight of the clay. This clay couldn't support it, so it sinks and, you know, collapses. So you'd have to start over. So that's where we're at. We're going to do kind of pick which way, what does your leg look like? Make sure you cut the angles and then look at the details on your leg. What kind of paw or foot does your animal have? What direction do the legs go? That kind of thing. Okay, let me know if you need help